So let's start. I think we have the people. We are 30 already. And as soon as the presentation goes on, more people can join us if they want to. So my name is Luis Felipe Carreira. I'm working in Pipeline Brazil. I'm on a scholarship and taking master's degree on Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. And I'm also speaking the name of YPP. I'm a leader, I'm a social media leader on YPP Brazil. And this is our first workshop from many that we'll take in the next month. So today our speaker is Arthur Fogassa, sorry, with us. And the subject of this presentation will be Slurry pipelines, as you can see. And I want to make a quick presentation about Pipeline Brazil. We are a engineering pipeline consulting company, and we work for, we do studies, we do training, we organize events, and also make startup mentoring for the market. And we have a close relationship with all the pipeline community in Brazil and also with the YPPs. So this workshop will be available next few weeks, I think, on Pipeline Brazil YouTube channel, so you can check there if you want to rewatch or something. So this program is an initiative from Pipeline Brazil and YPP to foster the YPP's the sorry, the YPP's knowledge sharing and also their network is a platform where they all can network together. And we have a 20-minute presentation from Arthur. The teacher Paul Goodlow is already with us too, that can make some comments or if he wants, or and after he'll be to the question and answers section. So let's see if I forget something to mention. So I think Arthur can introduce himself and I'll hand it over to him. Arthur, you're muted.
Okay, Luis. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all well. So first of all, I would like to thank to YPP for this opportunity to share my experience with Slurry line with you. So my name is Arthur Fogassa. I'm graduated in mechanical production engineering in the 1994 and postgraduated in pipelines engineering too. So since I've been working in the mining industry, especially in the iron and bauxite ore for more 20 years. So in this period, I worked as maintenance, integrity, and engineering manager in companies such as Hydro, Samarco. Nowadays, I'm a pipeline advisor at Gerdau. So let me share my presentation with you. Oops. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I separated my my lecture in 4 blocks, okay? So pipeline overview and operations, a little bit about integrity management, and alumina, the final product, aluminum, sorry. So to understand how this pipeline is inserted in this process in bauxite mining, I brought this slide to show the several processes. Okay, so the beginning of this process of to extract the bauxite ore starts at the mine, of course. So after this, in the mine, the bauxite ore, that's bauxite ore, that's the raw material of our process. So after this, we transport this raw material to the processing plant. That's the process. This step is the reach of this. The goal of this process is to separate some impurities, the ore bauxite. So the next process is the pipeline, as I will discuss a little bit with you. And the next process, the refinery. That's another process to manufacture, to produce alumina. Here, an overview of pipeline. So let's start. So this pipeline, this slurry line, is placed in the northeast of Pará. As you can see in the middle of my screen, we have the route of this pipeline. So it starts at the mine, placed in the Paragominas municipality, and it crosses seven municipalities and arrives at the refinery in Barcarena, near I believe 50, 70 kilometers to Belém. So the total length of this pipeline is 244 kilometers. So here we have two pump stations. That's the beginning of the pipeline, kilometer 0. In the middle of this route, we have the pump station 2. That's placed in kilometer 116. This slide shows us some features about this pipeline, like age. It's almost 17 years. The total length, as I said in the last slide, is 244 kilometers. The external diameter is 24 inches, and the pipe material, that's a very used carbon steel API 5LX70. The wall thickness range almost 8 to 20 millimeters. The speed of this slurry 1.7 meters per second. The total travel is 40 hours. The capacity of these pipelines it's almost 11.3 million tons per year. And the concentration of solids of this slurry is 50.5% of bauxite ore. In another part is water. In this picture, I brought some sample about bauxite slurry. That's the color of this slurry. That's we are talking about slurry solids. Another step is particle size specifications. I tried to explain with this picture the granularity of the slurry. Yeah, we have several types of sizes of the particles of this slurry. All these pipelines has cathodic protection and coated externally with a 3-layer polyethylene. And here some details about the river crossing that this pipeline crosses for huge rivers. I will explain the next slide. This graph shows us the profile of this pipeline. In the horizontal axis, we have the distance in kilometers, and in the another axis, we have the height. So the pump station at the beginning of this pipeline is placed in 120 meters above sea level. So along the route, we have the pump station too. As I said, it's placed in 116 kilometers. This point. So in the end of this pipeline, we have the watering plant. I will you'll bring more details in the next slides. Okay. So here we have some pictures about the facilities of this pipeline. In the left corner, in the top, we have the pump station 1. That's the beginning of the pipeline. On the opposite side, we have a pump station 2. That is the space in the middle of the route. And below this picture, we have a DPB. DPB means the watering plant bulk site. Yeah. And along this pipeline, we have 4 PMS. PMS means pressure measurement stations. That's a small container with a branch with intake to a sensor that transmits the data about pressure and temperature by optical fiber to the room control room. Sorry. Here we have, as I said, the features of the pipeline. It crosses 4 huge rivers. Huge rivers, I say that 800 to 1 kilometer of width. That we use a methodology to process this below the river, HDD. HDD means to building this pipeline below the river, pulling the pipeline and crosses the river. So here's some details about the operations, okay? So that's a flow chart about pipeline. So in the first rectangle, we have the beginning of the pipeline. So after the step of processing plant, this department is responsible to feed with the slurry to the storage to the 4 storage tanks with mixers. So and after this, these storage tanks they feed the mainline pumps. So sorry, the main pumps. That's the 7 main pumps. That's a kind of positive displacement pumps. So after this, we start that's the beginning of the pumping process. We restart the pumping process, and this slowly arrives at the pump station 2. So that's the same. I'm sorry. That's the same the stations like twins. But the difference here, we have just 1 storage tanks and 6 pumps, okay? But that's the same kind of pumps. So after this, we restart the pumping process again, and we arrive at the end of this pipeline that is placed at the watering plant. The watering plant means this process is responsible to separate the bulk site ore to the water. And at this moment, we start a new process in the refinery to process the bauxite ore in.
Ó, agora o papai está prestando atenção, tá?
Sorry. And starts the process to transform the bauxite ore in aluminum. And okay. Here are some details about these pumps. It's as I said, that's positive displacement pumps. The flow rate of this pump is 374 cubic meters per hour per pump. And the discharge of these stations, the range of discharge of these stations, it's almost 80 to 90 kilograms per square centimeter. Okay. Here in this slide, I brought some details about these pumps, these positive displacement pumps. So in the left corner, up in the top, on the top, we have this photo. This picture was taken in front of the pump, and below this photo we have another pump, another view of this pump. So electric motor drives a gearbox and of course the pump too. So in these pumps we have the power end and the fluid end. Of course this photo is different because it was taken in different companies. Okay. So oops. Up here. Okay. So the opposite side of this pictures, we have a schematic about how these pumps works. As you can see, it's a similar like engine of our cars. We have here a crankshaft, a connecting rods across heats that produce a movement, pull and push, a diaphragm. So, and this diaphragm starts the beginning of pumping the slurry. So, as you can see here, we have a diaphragm, some valves that controls the entrance and the exit of the slurry inside the pump, in the chambers. Okay. Here we have a software called the SCADA. It's a very used software to monitoring some data in control room. And we have here some infrastructure about PLCs, fiber optic fibers, computers, and softwares too. It's very used to monitor data in control room. This is another software that's very used in mining companies, called LDS. That we monitoring some data about, not data, but variables about flow rate and waves of pressures to detect a possible leak of slurry along the pipeline. Here, some facilities too that I shared with you. That's a I call backup power. That means diesel generators, 17 diesel generators that we have in pump station 1 and pump station 2. We use these equipments when the power supply is interrupted. So we, with these diesel generators, we feed the electrical room to restart the process pumping to avoid to shut down the pipeline. Yeah. That's my time. Yes. This. Here we are talking about a little bit integrity management. So it's a very important subject. So here we have some cleaning peaks that's a very used devices in the mining industry. I believe in industry, in oil and gas industry too. So first of all, that's a phone peak that's very used in the beginning of the peak campaign. And in the sequence, we have another peaks to arrive at aggressive peaks like magnetic and brushes too. That's to clean the internal, the inside of the pipeline to prepare the pig for inline specials. So this photo below the slide show us the products, some products about maybe some deposits about deposits of ore or in the corrosion product. Yeah. Here are some samples about smart pigs, very used in the mining industry too, like MFL and UT. To identify, it's very used to identify some defects like dents, cracks, corrosion, and other defects. Yep. So these companies that I work at, I observed that smart pigs, the peak campaigns with the smart pigs occurred at every 2-3 years. But it depends the policy, the integrity policy of that companies. Yeah. So after to receive the report about the factors about the peak campaign, after the peak campaign, we have some here some pictures that we found some defects at the field. So most of them, it's about corrosion and this element in the field, yeah. And to avoid this problem, the fact we use methodology about sleeve type B. That means to enclose the defect with 2 sleeves jointed with welding in your extremities. And finally, we have the final product, yeah. That's we call alumina. So in the left corner, we have the raw material, that the bauxite of ore, and after several processes that I explained for you, we have the final product. That's the product aluminum powder. That's a white powder that very used in the aluminum industry, like dowels, ingots, plates, tubes, frames. And of course, we have more products about manufactured with aluminum. That's a sample of products. So we have reached the end of my lecture. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And if there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me.
Congratulations, Arthur. So
Hello,
now we
Arthur.
have 15 minutes for questions and answers. If anyone wants to speak to questions, feel free to do so.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Ricardo. You
Oh,
remember
Ricardo.
me? We worked
Good to see
together.
you.
Good to see you. Very good presentation.
Thanks.
And as you know, I always have some questions. So I do have a question to you, and
Please.
for sure you can answer. Can you explain a lot of slurry lines? It was very clarifying to me. However, I would like to know how you think or how you see difference from slurry lines and gas lines, for instance, because in Brazil we do have a lot of gas line, oil lines, and I think it will be very fruitful if you can explain the difference.
Okay. That's a very interesting question, Ricardo. Thanks. So basically, Ricardo, most of the very main difference, that's the slope of these pipelines. Because we have the geology of this slurry. We are talking, when we talk about slurry, as I said, we have some particles, yeah, some particles. It's iron ore, bauxite, I don't know, phosphate. That's a particle. So it's very important to follow this slope, because if you don't follow, you can have a settlement of these particles in the bottom of the pipe, and it occurs, of course, it will occur a blockage of the pipe. So and we have a shutdown of the pipeline. So that's the main feature, main difference. So another one, that's this slurry. We have effect about abrasion and corrosion. So because the mass of the slurry goes down to the bottom, and we have abrasion, and another process is corrosion. That's another process that we don't have in the gas and oil. Yeah. And the third point, that's the equipment. In the slurry, we use, as I said, positive displacement pumps. In gas, we use compressors. Yeah. So another point, I believe in the gas pipelines, we use in the middle of the root of the pipeline, we use some valves to avoid how I say burn when you have some problems with sorry, I forgot the name, incendio, I don't know. Ricardo, I believe that's the three very important differences between this oil pipelines and the slurry pipelines.
Okay, Arthur, thank you for the answer. Very clarifying.
Thanks.
It's significant difference, and it's very clarifying your answer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, Arthur, good evening. Yeah,
Good evening, Eduardo.
yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, great presentation. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'd like the opportunity, like you have introduced the positive displacement pumps. They are not often so common. Let's say in I would say the place I work, they are mainly used in mining companies. Can you explain a little more, saying about it, like the way of the principles of work of the positive displacement pumps?
Okay. I believe I will share again my presentation, this slide, because it's very didactic to show. Let me see. I need to share okay, share the screen. Let me see. Just one moment, Eduardo. Oh, so this is yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Yes, yes.
Sorry. Oops. Here. As you can see, we have so that's a schematic of the pump. Yeah, it's all of pumps works like this. So and in the the right side of this pump, we have the power end. Power end because we have an electric motor, a gearbox, and we have a crankshaft, yeah, with bearings, connecting rods, and cross hits, like an engine of our car, yeah. So this movement of these cross hits, we push and pull the diaphragm. Diaphragm, that's not a polymer, that's a kind of rubber that when the pull, the slurry, we inside of this figure we have a valve. So this valve open and the slurry goes down and starts the pumping process. That's the goal of this pump, yeah. And positive because it's different centrifugal pumps. Yeah? I don't know if I answered your question, Eduardo.
For sure, yeah, it's clarifying. And the image is also very helpful to explain the process. Thank you, Arthur.
Thanks.
We have another question on the chat from Pedro Jaya. He says he is congratulating your presentation and asking for you to explain more about the details of the consequences of the slurry pipeline leakage. And if you've been in a situation like this before in your job.
Unfortunately, during this more than 20 years my career, I participate for 5 accidents with slurry leaks. Yeah. The problem is that when you have a leakage of slurry, always this leakage runs to the streams. Yeah, this is small rivers. So that's the problem. Yeah, because we increase the turbidity of the water, and along this water, this smart river, this stream, we have several communities that use this water. We have farms, so this is terrible, yeah, unfortunately. But the big problem, yes, of course, that's the biggest problem, yes. But another problem, that's the company it's obliged to contact the environmental department. So, and sometimes this department maybe could be revoke or interrupt the license, the operating license that the company. That's the biggest company. So, and I believe because this risk, much companies are increasing the investments in your integrity program, yeah, to avoid this problem. Yes. So that's it.
Yes, Bruce. Thank you, Arthur. Any more questions?
Arthur, it's Ricardo again. I do have another question. I could see in the picture shown to Eduardo, it's a positive displacement pump, but it seems that there is also a dampener inside. So how it behaves? There is a lot of vibration. It's fine. How it works in the pump house?
Yes. Thanks for the question, Ricardo. We use dampeners because yes, as I said, that's a positive displacement pumps. So the the range of the pressure, the discharge pressure is almost 80 to 20 bars. That's I consider that a high pressure. So high pressures involves vibrations too. So we use these dampeners, calibrated dampeners with a pressure too, to control this pressure, because it's for us it's not good to have these vibrations, because we have several problems in the foundation of the pumps with the bolts and the nuts. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the answer.
Arthur, another question is regarding, you presented a few repairs, an image from repairs, like, could you, let's say, explain a little more about repairs and the importance of, let's say, doing good repairs for remain with the strength for a pipeline?
Yes. Of course, repairs, we always have this defect in your pipeline about after a peak campaign. Yeah. So we use this repair sleeve type B because it's very secure. It's very reliable, because you use the same material, yeah, with wall thickness, with the same wall thickness of the pipe, and we use a process to seal these sleeves with welding. So it's very used repair in the mining industry. I believe that's the same in gas and oil. Most of them, this mining companies that I accomplished in my career, we use this repair. Of course, we need to how I say, to train the welders. We need to accomplish the current of the welding. The electrodes should be how I say this, basic electrodes. That's a different material in these electrodes. That is specifically for this situation, because we don't have hydrogen inserted in this weld, because we have another problem about cracks. Yeah, that's a very controlled task.
Yeah,
On the
for
same
sure.
subject,
Sorry?
Vinicius Alves is asking if in slurry pipelines are you used to using composite repairs like carbon fiber, etc.
No, I don't have this experience. In the past, I heard about clock spring. That's a kind of polymer, but I never. I believe in the past some guys did this experiment with this composite, yeah, but I never repair with this component, yeah, just sleeve type piece, most of them.
Okay. So Demetrio just chatted, congratulations for the presentation, Arthur. About your presentation, topics related to the control of internal corrosion in slurry pipelines. Do you believe that a beneficial step towards a better corrosion control is the adjustment of the granulometry and the dosage of chemicals to control pH, sticking to passive metal? That's a very technical question.
Yeah, that's excellent questions. Yeah. Yes, of course. That's the two topics very important, because if you don't have how I say, a good classification of the material, you have, of course, we will have the problem with the pulping process, because this I don't know, that's the coarse material, the coarse particles goes down to the slurry, to the bottom of the pipeline, and here we have abrasive effect. Yeah, so after this we have the corrosive process, because it occurs several levels of of iron oxide. So, and that's a cycle, a vicious cycle, and the effect of this is very nocive, because we have we decrease the wall thickness in the bottom of the pipeline. Okay, and we need it. Sure, of course, we need to control the pH of the slurry to avoid this corrosion process. So that's my understanding about this process. It's a very particular for the process guy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? No? Paul, do you want to make some comments? Marcelino, feel free to do so. You're muted. Marcelino, you're muted.
Yes. Okay, guys. First of all, thanks so much for all of you to spend time with this project. When we decided to establish this initiative was mainly because we'd like to push the young professionals that we have to improve our English. It is a partnership between Pipeline Brazil and the Young Pipeline Professional Brazil. I have been trying to explain that in my vision, in my perception, the Young Pipeline Professional movement is spread all over the world, is one of the most important initiatives for our industry. And then recently, I had the opportunity to attend the PTC, Pipeline Technology Conference in Berlin. And it was a fantastic surprise that three Brazilians, three young pipeline professionals from Brazil, presented a fantastic presentation and a perfect English. And then I have no doubt that we have to improve our technology and in the same direction to improve our English as well. And then, and thanks so much, Paul. Thanks so much, the young pipeline professionals, and thanks so much, all of you, to attend this first edition of the Young Pipeline Professional on the Right of Way. Okay? Paul, please feel free to say some words and to present your vision and your perception about this project. As I mentioned before, a partnership between Pipeline Brazil and the Young Pipeline Professional Brazil. Your mic is...
Oh, you're muted.
It doesn't seem to be muted, but we can hear him. I don't know why.
Oh.
Can you see something like join audio, Paul, on the bottom of the screen, the left bottom?
Maybe something related to the headset.
Yes, I don't know. We can see he's talking, but cannot hear him.
No problem. I think that we can. Okay, Paul. Next, in the next edition, edition, we will talk about our initiative. Arthur, thanks so much for your availability to stay with us in this first edition of our project. And once again, I think that we have to push the young pipeline professionals, that we have to improve our English. Okay?
Thanks,
Congrats
Marcelino.
for your presentation.
Thanks, Marcelino.
Yes, congrats, Arthur. And if we have any more young pipeline professionals here that's interested in the program and wants to be part of as a student, we can contact us, get in touch with us, or me or Luis Felipe through Pipeline Brazil or through YPP. You can find me there through LinkedIn, and we can see if you have any time available in the week for you to be a student and to participate. So, and visit Pipeline Brazil's website too. We have an extensive list of pipeline courses over there. We have some regulatory courses yet to come, and stress corrosion cracking also, and we have a big list for you to choose. And thank you all for coming, for attending here tonight. Again, this workshop will be available on YouTube in the following weeks. And thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye bye.